Hey Browns fans, Nathan Zegura here with another edition of the Browns Position Previews brought to you by Paramount Advantage. And today we're going to look at the cornerback room. And this is a room that has been completely remade over the course of the 2021 offseason, both in free agency and the draft and returning players. Now the name you know, of course, that is Denzel Ward. He will start on one side for the Browns. The former Pro Bowler had 10 pass breakups and 2 interceptions and is the team's clear #1 corner. Who will be playing with him? That is still up for debate. You're going to see in training camp some real battles to establish the #2 and 3 corners because, frankly, there is a lot of talent. Returning is Greedy Williams, who missed all of the 2020 season with that nerve issue in his shoulder. The former second-round pick only allowed 1 touchdown in coverage in his rookie season and will bring much-needed height and speed to the Browns secondary. He's looking to compete to start outside opposite Denzel Ward. Joining him in that competition is the Browns' first-round pick this year, Newsom out of Northwestern. The number 26 pick in this draft led the entire FBS last year in quarterback rating allowed. He was a lockdown defender for Northwestern, allowing just 1 pass of more than 10 yards in the air. In fact, he had as many pass breakups as completions allowed last year. Now, Newsom can play outside, but in minicamp, we also saw him working inside. So it's possible that it could be Ward, Greedy, and Newsom inside. But then there's Troy Hill, the Youngstown native who led the NFL last year with 3 defensive touchdowns while playing for the Los Angeles Rams, who, by the way, had the #1 pass defense and the #1 total defense in the NFL. Hill, a good slot corner who can also play outside. So we know Denzel, but the other 2 spots, they're up for grabs. But boy, this is a competition that will be electric in training camp, and the Browns have really 4 top-tier cornerbacks at their disposal. Now the top backup, that's probably MJ Stewart. The former second-round pick of the Bucs, who joined the Browns last year, played primarily in the slot in 2020 and had 3 interceptions on the season, including Week 17 against Pittsburgh to get the Browns in the playoffs and in that playoff win over the Steelers. In addition to that top 5, the Browns have some guys competing to try to make this roster and earn a spot. Last year's prized undrafted free agent A.J. Green has taken big strides in this offseason. He'll be competing with Robert Jackson, who, remember, started the playoff win over the Steelers a year ago at cornerback with Denzel out, and Brian Allen, a veteran who spent time with the Steelers and was with the Browns for most of 2020. Now joining that group of veterans, you've got 2 undrafted free agents, Emmanuel Rugamba out of Miami of Ohio and Keandre Thomas out of Kansas State. That rounds out the room, but again, this room, it was a focus, a priority for Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. You get Greedy back, you add Newsom in the draft, Troy Hill in free agency, add that to Denzel Ward, and all of a sudden, the Browns have 4 elite-level cornerbacks that could make this one of the best pass defenses in the National Football League. And it also gives Joe Woods the opportunity to play a dime defense with 4 corners, Greedy and Denzel on the outside, Hill and Newsom on the inside. A lot of flexibility, a lot of talent, a lot of skill there in this cornerback room. For the latest on your Browns, keep it tuned to cleanbrowns.com and, of course, the Browns mobile app. Check out all of our Browns position previews at youtube.com/Browns. This has been the Cornerback Browns Position Preview brought to you by Paramount Advantage.